Hey YouTube, it's Luke Salzer, and today I'm going to show you how to make a handheld car horn.
To start off, before I even start soldering anything, designing anything, I just wanted to test how much electricity I'm going to need to start the horn. So right now I am just using my power station, my power supply on my desk, and just testing with different voltages, amperages, and just seeing what results I get out of that. So then once I have tested the horns and I have a good idea of what I want to do, I start starting the wires to the horns. So I'm just using black and red. It doesn't really matter which way you put it because you're honestly going to get the same result. So I just do black and red for simplicity's sake for myself, and so it's streamlined. And after I soldered the wires to the horn, I then soldered a switch onto the red wire. You honestly could have put on the black wire, I just did the red for some reason. And you just gotta put another wire coming from the other end of the switch so you can get that to your power supply. Now that I had that all soldered up, I wanted to test out the horn with the current switch and wires and whatnot. So I could hook these up to my power supply, see if it was working. If not, try to fix it. And it wasn't, so I was very confused at first. But then I realized I was using a switch that will like lock in place. And I thought, okay, I probably should use momentary switch, maybe some thicker wire. I ended up upgrading to a nice solid momentary switch and 16 AUG wire. Right here where you're seeing is 28 AUG. So I just want to make sure it can handle the power that I was going to have going through it. And then you're going to see those two in the test video I'm going to show right now of it working with the power supply. Alright, got all set up, wire with 18 volts going into it, momentary switch now. So I can see it. Whoa. It's loud. Turn it off. Left in it. And well, I wasn't making this to just work, using it at my desk and annoy my fucking dog. So here I am using some 9-volt batteries because I thought, okay, I need at least 12 volts. I could use two 9-volt batteries, put those in series to each other, test that out. It didn't work. It gave like a little blip, blip, but it didn't turn on. So okay, maybe I put two of these in series, it'll work. Two of these parallel, it'll work. So I have the two 9-volts. So I had pretty much four 9-volt batteries, and that didn't work. I was like, okay, let's try 6. If 6, I gotta figure something else out. Tried 6, it didn't work. So then I had to go back to the drawing board. Okay, what can I really do for this? And that's what we're about to see. I did, and it worked pretty well. And for that, I ended up using some lithium-ion battery cells. I already had some of these cells from some old projects that I had with in my physics class last year. So I had some of these cells lying around, and I knew where to get them from. So then I had got some new cells from an old computer battery of mine. Well, not mine, it was like my sister's old one from like 2012. And I pulled the cells out and got a battery cell charger that I'll have linked down below, as long as cells similar, so you don't have to pull apart a computer. And I just got these, and I put at least 5 of them in series is what I found works. So you gotta do 5 series or 6 in series. That's what I end up doing. But you could honestly put 3 in series, have it 3S, and just put those 2 packs together in parallel, and you'll probably get the same result. I just ended up keeping it series since that's how I was testing it. It was like just easier for me at the time, but looking back, that's how I'll do it in the future. Okay, now that I know how my electronics are working and I got all the dimensions of everything that's going to fit together, I 3D modeled a holder for the batteries and for the horn, and I put them in 2 parts. One, so I don't have to print the whole thing at once, have a bunch of support, and just waste so much plastic, but also so it's just easier for it to put together and for me to like just break it down in my head on how I was going to do this. So here I'm using some epoxy just to join them together. I just want a really strong bond, and I kind of want to start using some epoxy more, so this is more of a test go for it for me than anything. So I just want to epoxy those together, and then I'll attach it to the horn. And since I do plan on taking this out in public, mostly to a football game at the end of the season with our rival school, I wanted to spray paint it so it doesn't look like a bomb or a gun. It's not a very good thing to have in public, especially not in a public high school setting. So here I'm just spray painting this pretty much neon pink and blue colors that I have from an old, well, not really old, but older project where I made some handheld water guns from PVC pipe. And now all that's left is just assemble the thing.
Alright, and that's how you make a handheld car horn. You can see here, I probably should have made a little groove in here for the button to just sit in nicely as you can screw it on. Probably do that and make a second one. I probably will, because this package came with 2 horns in it. But yeah, I think I added holes for fingers if you want to make sure you had a good grip on it so you don't drop it and whatnot. Also, the reason I painted it, you know, the pink and the fucking teal, because if it's black, I'm holding it in my hand, don't want it to be the wrong idea, especially when we're at like a public school football game. Not a great idea. So now we should test it out here. That's really loud. Hold on. Alright. Thanks for watching this video, and come back next week where I show you how to make another cool project.